Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Wedding Angel Messages. I'm Angel. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Mercury retrograde that will be happening between the 9th and the 29th of November 2025. First in the sign of Sagittarius and then in the sign of Scorpio. And I'll anticipate that this retrograde is intensified because it happens between two supermoons. Therefore, the energy of everything that we're going to be talking about is super intense. In the second part of the video, we're going to be seeing how the retrograde will affect every single zodiac sign, and we'll also get an oracle message from this oracle deck. Everything is timestamped below for your quick reference when you take a look at them, and remember to always look at all four placements, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, for a good reading. Okay, guys, so when the messenger planet of Mercury goes into retrograde, because Mercury oversees communication, transportation, technology, what's going to happen is you're going to see this general change in the energy, such as frequent delays, short, long, fastidious, forgetfulness, breakdowns, canceled appointments. It's going to be a little bit frustrating. Expect it because they're going to come up small, big, medium. Okay, they're going to be coming up frequently. Mercury begins its retrograde, as we were saying, in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, on the 9th of November. With this, we are going to be repositioning an essential belief within our minds because Mercury is the planet of the mind and Sagittarius relates to the big picture philosophies that regard our place in society and the world. So we're going to be thinking a lot about this stuff. In this phase, the retrograde can push us into doing presumptive leaps. In particular, in this phase, from November 9th to the 12th, Mercury goes into Sagittarius next to Mars, giving extra power to the meaning of words. So, use them very wisely because they will be even more effective, and use them even more carefully. Basically, think 3 times, not twice, before you say something or you write something, because it's going to have an effect. Maybe not as you desired, that's just it. Now, Mercury will retrograde then into Scorpio, a water sign, on the 18th of November, which is much more intense than Sagittarius. The shift from a fire element of Sagittarius, action and expression, to the water sign of Scorpio, which talks about intuition and emotion, focuses us to face what is unsaid, unresolved, or repressed. So the focus of this energy that we're going to be feeling is going to go from the mind to the heart. How you think and feel about an important person or a specific situation will lead you to experience a deep sense of renewal. But for that to occur, you have to get to the core of your feelings. So when that happens, when you go in and you think about this and you go into this introspection, expect overdue revelations about what truly matters to you and what doesn't, because the truth will surface. In this phase, the retrograde will seduce us all into reading in between the lines, but be very careful. Avoid jumping to conclusions. Keep in mind, and always remember, feelings are not facts. Intuition can lead us, fine, well, to a good destination, but feelings are something else, right? Because when we're retrograde in Scorpio, we're in the heart. Wait until December to make any important decisions. In particular, in this phase, what we're going to be seeing is oppositions. Mercury retrograde is going to be opposing Uranus, and it's going to trine with Neptune. This is going to bring in low concentration to a lot of people and a lot of confusion. On the 20th, the retrograde will meet Black Moon Lilith and the Sun. During the Scorpio moon, this is going to happen, and this is going to bring the opportunity to rethink a critical situation. Okay? Then, on the 22nd of November, the retrograde is going to form a trine with Saturn and Jupiter. And this is going to help you stabilize your emotions. Lastly, on the 24th, the retrograde meets Venus. And this is going to ignite and deepen conversations in important relationships. Okay. The full effect of the Mercury retrograde at this point, Sagittarius and Scorpio, means that it's going to ignite emotions that are very strong. These, as I was saying at the beginning, are inserted. It's located, this retrograde is located right between these two super powerful supermoons of November, which just went by, and December, which is coming up. So expect both incredible realizations as well as deep sentimental awakenings. Now, the most common question regarding the Mercury retrograde is the Mercury retrograde positive or negative? Because we hear a lot of questions like, oh, during the retrograde, your exes come back, etc. So it's negative, it's positive. Well, it all depends, right? If you want the ex to come back or not. When Mercury retrogrades this time in Sagittarius on the 9th, it can make us more erratic and demanding. We may become highly reactive and less reasonable. Okay, this is the substance of what is really going to happen. So this could result in irrational exchanges with other people. When it retrogrades in Scorpio on the 18th, it will allow us to understand relationships and our feelings after several hours or even days of introspection. Therefore, is it a positive or negative? Well, we just have to be patient. Here's a positive aspect, because we were talking about people coming back, etc., one of the most common questions. Because the Mercury retrograde can be a time of reconnecting with people, things, and situations from the past, because yes, they do reemerge, it's a really good opportunity to go back to the people and things from the past that have served you well. Recuperate and reconnect with positive people, positive places, positive things from the past. The universe in this case is giving us a chance to mend fences, heal our hearts, and try to fix our mistakes, or even make good on some unkept promise. Is there a negative side? Well, yes, because like I said before, it could go either way. Prepare also for emotional interactions with people that you have long forgotten. You're not even thinking about them, nor maybe do you want to think about them. They might come back, okay? Or also prepare for a resentment to come out into the open. Someone has been keeping something in and it's going to come out, okay? Now, when this happens, you may not be able to get a hold of your words. And like we said, with Mercury retrograde, you got to be very, very careful with what you say, because it could be potentially offensive, and that will lead us to regret. So exercise a lot of patience and choose your words very carefully. What should we obviously always avoid during this retrograde, in particular between the 9th and the 29th, Sagittarius and Scorpio? Important changes such as starting a new job or a new project, launching a website, buying high-priced items, buying or selling homes, buying electrical equipment, doing something really important such as getting married or getting engaged. These are very big changes in our lives. Having elective or cosmetic surgery, launching new endeavors, or even signing contracts, meaning that there's a fresh start in something. Absolutely not. Wait until things change after Mercury goes direct. So what can we do in the meantime? Well, during this phase, what really is good for us? Let's look at that. Reassess, reevaluate, revisit, redo, rethink, and even redesign your life in some way. But don't do anything. Think about it. These 3 weeks are about reflecting on what we have done and what we plan to do in the future, but not yet moving forward to do them. It's simply a time of personal realignment in the world so that you can reach a sense of completion regarding something by the time this cycle ends. Now, beware. Frustrations can and usually do occur under the retrograde. If so, just remember that this is a natural cycle of life. So have patience. It will pass. When? Yeah, when. When Mercury is officially direct on the 29th of November, it finally brings in clarity about the state of your feelings. But hold on, we're not yet in the clear. We're almost there, however, okay? We'll have to deal with a shadow period that will last until the December 16th. Now, this next phase, the shadow period, the post-retrograde shadow period, is actually positive, okay? This is when new information that we need comes to light, or something changes, like it changes our direction once again, okay? It's recalibration. The universe is guiding us. After December 16th, everything will be back to normal. So what can I do, or what should I do during the post-retrograde shadow period, between the 29th of November and the 17th of December? Well, Mercury is officially direct, so we can assess matters with a keen eye. We can take our time and allow everything to settle for communications to be clearer and perfect. In the meantime, we can still double check everything: messages, emails, important plans, all details. We can reflect and process that new information or insights that's coming in that came in during the retrograde and even in the post-retrograde. And above all, we can continue to practice patience. Things might be slow in getting back to normal, but we're getting there. Okay? So all in all, Mercury retrograde isn't all that bad. In fact, it's a really good period for recalibration that invites deeper reflection. It's a reminder that rushing, assuming, and multitasking are not spiritual virtues. If anything, this retrograde will insist in teaching us two important things. One, we should stop confusing urgency with importance. And two, we should reclaim our power of thinking before reacting. Take your time. Okay, everyone. Now let's take a look at how Mercury retrograde will affect your zodiac sign. And remember to consult the 4 main placements: Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. We'll also get an oracle card for further guidance. Okay, and as always, we're going to start with Capricorn because I'm an out-of-the-box type of person. Okay, I'm going to start with January and go all the way to December. Capricorn, Mercury is going to kick off its retrograde in your spirituality sector, requiring you to prioritize introspection, rest, reflection, and tuning into your intuition. Okay, this slower, less energetic pace could be a bit frustrating for you at first because I know you're a workaholic, but trust that finding room to go inside of you and care for your psychological and emotional well-being will ultimately serve also as a boost to your productivity as well. Okay, so job won't be affected. Then from the 18th to the 29th, when Mercury continues the retrograde in Scorpio, it's going to go through your friendship zone, and it's going to urge you to reflect around the people who you've been surrounding yourself with. You want to feel aligned, and if something is off, you have the ability to reimagine your platonic bonds right now. Your card is, wow, Dragon. Beautiful. Dragon is passion. The dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It's also a symbol of passion and fire. You're being asked to practice self-control and be cautious so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. Okay, the key word for this video is patience, of course. Okay, dead on. Okay, let's go on to Aquarius. This Mercury retrograde initially impacts your long-term wishes zone. It's going to encourage you to reassess how you've been pursuing your goals. For example, would leaning on friends help you to make more impressive strides? Would a team project be better for you for a new fulfilling role? From the 18th to the 29th, when it goes through your career sector, you'll also be you'll be tying up loose ends related to professional endeavors. So meditating on your ideal endgame can help you improve your sense of authority and lay the groundwork for feeling even more fulfilled. And your card, Aquarius, is the Beaver, balance. You're being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work and play, family and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Okay, sounds pretty good. What do you think? Okay, Pisces. Mercury moves through your career sector in the beginning under Sagittarius, which presents an opportunity to rethink and revisit how you've been pursuing your big dreams. Okay, could you potentially make your mark in a different way than you had previously imagined? Asking yourself questions like this can pave the way to success. Okay, then from the 18th to the 29th under Scorpio, you could experience restlessness when Mercury makes its way back through your adventure and your higher learning sector. So you could find creative ways to broaden your horizons at this point, like researching a future vacation or reconnecting with a mentor to brush up on some sort of practical skill set. Your card, Pisces, is the giraffe, reflection. And we were talking about reflecting, in fact. If you are facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. In fact, with the retrograde, we have to wait until December. You are advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners before deciding on a solution. Your circumstances need to be examined carefully, perfectly in line with the retrograde, in fact. Reflect, learn, and reflect. Okay, Aries. Aries, the Mercury retrograde for you from the 9th to the 18th happens in your adventure sector. It's going to invite you to look at how you've been listening and trusting your instincts. Then, on the 18th, when it goes into Scorpio, from the 18th to the 19th, Mercury enters your intimacy zone, allowing you to see the way you've been nurturing your closest bonds. And it's going to be challenging your emotions, okay? Also, take a look at how you're spending on particular really expensive things versus how you're saving for the future. Aries, your card is the horse, freedom. You must break out of any limitations that are holding you back, whether they are self-imposed or put on you by other people or society. Break free and run towards your dreams. Okay, very nice card. Okay, Taurus. This Mercury retrograde falls in both your intimacy zone from the 9th to the 18th and then your partnership sector from the 18th to the 29th. If you've been clashing with someone special or having problems figuring out the best strategy for reaching a shared goal, this retrograde is going to urge you to tie up loose ends and face lingering challenges so that you can truly move forward. Your card is the spider, manifestations. Nice one. You weave your web in life. What you see before you is the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, in fact, we were just saying that from the stars, then it is time to make decisions through conscious manifestation, with your energy, because it can bring you all that you desire. Okay, Taurus, you have that power. Use it well. Gemini. Okay, Gemini, from the 9th to the 18th, when we're under Sagittarius, you can smooth over conflicts with a partner or perfect your approach to fulfilling a shared desire between the two of you, like defining the relationship. Then, when Mercury goes through your wellness sector between the 18th and the 29th, you can revise your everyday care routine. Perhaps maybe you'd like to go back and practice something that you used to like, doing yoga or morning walks or something similar. Okay, your card, Gemini, is the hawk, spirituality. Fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. Very, very nice. Okay, Cancer, this retrograde falls in your wellness and romance zones. So from November 9th to the 18th, you may want to see maybe a different healthcare provider, or maybe you may want to go back to a fitness routine that you once used to love, but you put it on pause for some reason. Then between the 18th and the 29th, you've got the green light to hit pause on working so hard, okay? Instead, prioritize activities that are lighthearted and spontaneous that bring you happiness, especially with a loved one. Cancer, your card is the kangaroo, cycles. A 9-month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit fully to it. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backward, like Mercury is doing. Okay, hang in there, Cancer. Okay, Leo. Leo, Mercury moves through your romance and your self-expression zone. Life has felt chaotic and heavy lately. And from the 9th to the 18th of November, you're going to be reminded that you deserve to have fun and make space for it. Okay. This could be the perfect moment for booking maybe a trip to a destination that you've always dreamed of. Then from the 18th to the 29th, when Mercury enters your home zone, you're going to be working through any obstacle, any ongoing instability with a loved one. Okay. So, try to notice how you've been caring for emotions. Okay, Leo? Your card is hippopotamus, exploration. If you've become bored with your life, you have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize everything. You can do this by starting new projects after the retrograde, of course. So at this point, you're going to be thinking about it, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. Think about it, start reflecting about it so that you can choose wisely and start them in December. Virgo. Okay, Virgo, this Mercury retrograde impacts you more than the other signs. It falls in your home zone and then in your communication sector. So from the 9th to the 18th, prioritize a heart-to-heart words with loved ones that are long overdue. Maybe you have to say something and you haven't yet. Okay. It may be time also to ascertain, to assert certain needs for clarifying maybe a long-term goal with someone. Then between the 18th and the 29th, you're going to anticipate this surge of energy and you're going to feel like you're being pulled in different directions. Okay. Mercury has challenged you to assess your boundaries around how you have been exerting your mental and your social energy. Virgo, your card is the Raven, confidence. You are encouraged to disconnect from the physical or materialistic plan and move towards the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection, which you must not ignore. You're on the brink of transformation and your divine purpose may be revealing itself. Wow, very profound. No wonder at the beginning the stars were saying that it's going to impact you more than anyone else. And the Oracle card confirms it. Incredible. Okay, Libra. Mercury's moving through your communication zone from the 9th to the 18th with Sagittarius. You're going to feel the conventional effects of this transit more than most signs. This could mean missing a flight, delayed packages, technical issues, and feeling like you're speaking a completely different language with people. Like there's no, you don't have communication with people, okay? There's actually a greater purpose of feeling all these frustrations, these moments, because it could be for you to reflect and work on your own self-expression. But it's also a chance to strengthen patience, diplomacy, and also sense of humor. Things that you're good at, but it's time to strengthen them. Then from the 18th to the 29th, Mercury goes through your money sector and you're going to have a really unique chance to revise how you're earning money, saving it, spending it, investing it, the whole thing. Okay, Libra, your card is the Buffalo, abundance. Abundance and liberation are finally on the way. It comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude. You will always have plenty when you express gratitude to every part of creation. Okay, Libra, you're on track. Okay, you're definitely on track. Scorpio, this Mercury retrograde falls in your money sector to start off from the 9th to the 18th. And it's encouraging you to take a good look at your cash flow and how you've been earning your paycheck, basically. If you've been feeling unfulfilled, you can do some planning around your next big moves. Just start planning your moves, okay? The best thing that you can do for yourself. Then, when Mercury goes through your sign, Scorpio, between the 18th and the 29th, you can start thinking back to events that unfolded when it was direct, okay? Remember, between the 6th of October and the 29th, it was going direct. So, what secrets or uncomfortable truth might need to be seen now so that you can show up as your best authentic self out there in the world? Going inward is the key to moving the ball in the ideal direction that you've been envisioning. And your card, Scorpio, is the Frog, transition. This is a powerful time of change. You are being called to connect with the world of emotions and feminine energies. You may also need to engage a process of cleansing, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, or energetic. Okay, and now Sagittarius. Mercury's retrograde impacts your self-image sector from the 9th to the 8th because it is in your sign, Sagittarius. And then your spirituality zone from the 18th to the 29th when it's in Scorpio. This is a really deep, restorative, personal, and emotional month for you, okay? So make time for reflecting on how you've been showing up in your life, in relationships, in work, and for yourself in terms of self-care. And then think about how you can feel even more gratified, okay? When Mercury enters your spirituality zone, you could feel more drained and in need of solo time. Just basically just you yourself, and that's it, alone. spending it resting, dreaming, and recharging. Now, I know that this could be a little unusual because you generally prefer to just go out and roam around, etc. But know that allowing yourself to decompress and relax now actually sets the stage for a more satisfying social experience in the very near future. And for you, Sag, your card is the Scorpion, New Beginnings. You are invited to investigate change, but you are also being warned that this transformation may be radical. Get rid of everything in your current life that can prevent you from improving. Based on this principle, destroy before rebuilding. You are promised a beneficial rebirth. In fact, in order to build something beautiful, you have to get rid of everything from the past. You cannot build on the remains of the past. It's like clean slate. Once you do that, Sag, you're going to get everything you want. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me. Let's hope it's a happy one. Peaceful and patient retrograde, Mercury retrograde. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now from Angel.